What in the world? It's another beautiful day. We're out here in the gardens and the camera doesn't want to follow me. Try that again. What in the world? We're out here on another beautiful day in North Carolina, Piedmont area, and we're in the gardens and we're actually pulling sweet potatoes because we had this mild chill this morning, right around 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, where temperature settled near freezing, and we had a frost. And frost and sweet potatoes, they're not really a good match for each other. So I came out this morning and looked at the two plots that I have. One of my plots had some frost damage, and the other plot in the main garden didn't. I'm not really that surprised. The main garden seems to be like, it's got its own set of rules, despite what I do. But I'm going to turn around. I want to show you some cool stuff. In particular, I got my seeds back. So I used whole sweet potatoes at the beginning of the season to get my plants grown. And well, at the end of the season, I got them back. Pretty much only one of them rotted out of the ones that I got something from anyway. And I want to show you what that looks like. So here's a whole group of them. And, you know, these were a year old when I put them in the ground. And then they grew for an entire season, and I got a whole bunch of sweet potatoes off of them. So each of these was kind of in the center of the cluster, or it had popped off when I wiggled the sweet potatoes out of the ground. Here was a big one. But yeah, and we got great sweet potatoes. So let's go check out some other weird sweet potato anomalies. Their shapes and sizes never cease to amaze me, and the way they grow, it's just so bizarre, you know? But it's all edible. Every bit of this is edible, even though these are edible. We're going to cure these. Here's another sort of oddball one. It's kind of hard to get the whole thing. There you go. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. But it's odd. And one other odd thing I wanted to mention, got a nice pail full of them right here, is this. Those of you that can't follow my journey, you know, I'm always talking about the relationship between fungi and bacteria and the wood chips and the soils, and how the fungi and the bacteria actually produce glues that bind things together. Well, in this example right here, you can actually see that's happened. The wood chips are bound together, essentially by glues. And it's right at the interface where, well, the soil top was, and the plant above, and then below, the roots, the spuds, the sweets. And these sweets are really quite nice. They're perfect. But right there, you can see it. The mycology has glued everything together. All of this life that exists within the soils, it's there working for us. It prevented the heavy rains from washing the topsoil away and then exposing my crop to the sun. But in the center of all, you can even see the seed. So there's the seed. Of course, you wouldn't eat that. It gave its life in this case. And while it looks kind of crummy, these don't. These are like perfect. So, you know, I mean, to each their own. This particular plot, I planted these, and there's a plot way over yonder where I actually used the slips that grew off of my sweet potatoes while we had them in storage. So we're going to see how that does, because that particular crop didn't suffer any frost damage.